So we heard that it was a rough post-Millrose. How are you feeling now?
A little better. I got the flu after Millrose, so that was annoying. But I eventually recovered and still was able to get in a good race today. But I'm very excited to get 2 weeks of hopefully nothing happening before USA.
So was there a possibility that you all would scratch, or were you still going to be?
Yeah, there definitely was. I didn't run for like 2 days, and then it was like a slow build-up back sort of deal. I think the Wednesday before this, we were like, all right, we'll work out. If it's like mostly fine, we'll do it. Like if not, we won't. But I was able to work out. I was able to do it mostly. I kind of had a lingering cough until like basically today. But still, I'm really happy I came out and did it. I think I would have regretted it if I'd stayed home. So yeah, I was able to run a good race and then have a good time doing it.
What's the plan for USA's? What races are you doing?
Currently it's like a maybe double situation. We were going to run this race and then talk about it, but definitely the 15 at least, and maybe the 3K. We'll see.
Nico was saying that the race kind of got off to a slower start than was expected. Do you feel like that was how it went for you as well?
Yeah, a little bit. I think like once the pacer fell off, I think it kind of got like slowed down a little bit. Going into it, I was kind of like I wanted to run this race a little more like a 15 and like not really like take it until like I knew I could have like a strong kick till the end. And that's exactly what I did. Still wasn't able to get Nico, but honestly, I think I've led a lot of races last year, so I'm doing like a little less this year.
And we see that. I mean, Ethan Strand was in the lead, and that's not something he usually does. And you were sort of the chaser.
Yeah.
Is that like a big focus going into these outdoor season, like easing off the gas a little bit in those early laps?
I think it's just kind of like getting that sort of experience a little bit more. I don't really get a ton of that unless I like make that happen, and so it's just getting ready for a lot of the like U.S. indoors and some of the other races I race outdoors, just like following instead of like leading the whole time and getting used to that bit.
Yared, so you mentioned focusing on the 1500 for this indoor season, but you've thrown together numerous, it's extremely fast 3,000 meters. Do you see yourself running a 5K this outdoor season?
Yeah, definitely. I think the gap year is a good time to really try some new things. And I'd like to try at least one 5K. Still not a huge fan, but I could probably run a good one. So it's worth going out and trying it at the very least. But yeah, sometime this outdoor season, I don't know when yet, but yeah.
So this being a gap year, what is the wildest race you would do, given you have sort of free reign?
I mean, I wouldn't do anything that crazy. Like, I'm not gonna do like a 10K. Honestly, 5K already feels pretty crazy to me. Maybe an 800. I did a lot of those last year with Grand Slam, but I think that's probably the length of the craziness at that range. So yeah, maybe a 3K steeple. That's true. I wouldn't do that. Maybe.
Now you said you weren't going to do as much leading. How does that affect you? What is your opinion about it so far?
No, it's a lot of what I did like back in college. I think before I got like really good. That's kind of like where I was comfortable, just like being behind someone and then hoping I'd have like a strong kick the last 200 meters, and so it's kind of getting back into that in the pro setting's a little bit harder because everyone's a lot better, but it's still something that I find comfort in most of the time. So.